Thanks for watching Square Type. Here's an interesting pop-up feature. It's a bit animated because it's made of opposing V-folds. The best way to wrap your mind around opposing V-folds is to make mouths. So that's why I called this video Munchy Mouth. Just keep in mind that the V-fold is the spine of the feature, and you can sculpt the end of that to make it more like a mouth. But basically the glue tabs at the bottom, where you glue it to the card, the angle actually determines the swing and the gape of the mouth. You can use any kind of paper for this. Cardstock is fine too, I just have printer paper here. The basic steps are folding a piece of paper in half to make the V-fold. The next step is to figure out the angle of the tilt of that part of the mouth when the card is wide open. For this, let's say I'm making the jaw of the mouth. If I fold it up this way, you'll see that the jaw is going to be kind of gaping open no matter what. If I fold it up this way with the mouth opening right there, when the card opens, this V-fold is going to swing further toward the middle, which is great because for this design, that's what I want to show you. So I'll go ahead and make that my fold, and next I'll make the gluing tabs. All it is you just follow the fold line and you cut out a slip like this, and then from there just cut a diagonal downward so that you have your gluing tabs that are separated by a gap, and you can see that it looks like cat ears. I'm going to skip over step 4 because that's sculpting, that's later on. For now I'll just show you how to attach it to the card. It's just a matter of putting glue on one side of one of the cat ears and then lining it up with the fold of the card. And right now you can choose to make this a really wide opening or a really narrow opening. Right now I'm just going to put it at the standard kind of square-like opening. So I just push it down, put some glue down on the other side. When you open it up, there it is. And notice how it's kind of tilting forward. So I'll do exactly the same thing with the same kind of folds on another V-fold. And I'm just going to have them facing each other so that it's like the inside of a mouth. And I do exactly the same thing. I just place glue on one side. When I find my position, I'll glue up the other side, and then I have my mouth. Notice how the top and bottom squish down on each other? That means after sculpting, the mouth will shut. So let's go ahead and cover sculpting. I'll start with a fresh piece of paper, which I've folded into a V, and I have the V facing downward. So the folded part is up on top, and I'll just start making a fold. You want this angle fold to be deeper on top than it is on the bottom of the fold so that you can have the desired effect. In this case, the effect is to have a blunt end, which is kind of a snout, like a flat snout in the front. So when you open it up, it'll have a front that's kind of flat, and it'll look like the snout of my alligator here. So that's how I made my alligator mouth. I just set it at a wide angle like this. All you have to do is just make sure that the spine of that V fold is lined up with the fold of the card. Then you can glue it down and put a jaw on it, and you've got your alligator mouth. A variation of this kind of fold is a pinched blunt end, and in that case it's the same fold, except instead of opening it up, you can glue it together. So you just put glue on one side, and then you push it back in and you pinch it together so that they stick together, and when you open it up, it looks like a beak. Another mouth you can make is a pinched tapering end, which I'll show here, but in this case I'm going to use it as the jaw of this particular mouth. It's just a deeper fold. Instead of having a short blunt fold, it's a deeper, longer fold, and it's exactly the same thing. You just put glue on one side and then you push it in so the two sides of that gluing tab can meet together, and now you have a long tapered beak. There it is. So just cut off the part of the gluing tab that's showing, and you're good to go. Sometimes your design requires a shorter beak, so you can always just cut that down. Just sculpt it any way you want to. And now I've got this mouth. It kind of looks like Sam the Eagle's mouth. It's weird. Anyway, so next is the pinched curve. So sometimes you have a curve that's too long, so no one angle can handle it. So what you do is you do a series of angle folds like this one. So now I've got my first angle following my curve, and right when the angle line, fold line, goes away from the curve, I'm going to cut out a V. It's just a relief for the gluing tab. So then I'm going to fold my next line like this, just following the curve until it goes away from the curve, in which case I cut out a V again. So I just keep doing that until I finish my whole curve. Once I do that, I'm just going to cut off all this extra paper so I can glue it. So now I'm just gluing right up to that curve line. I'm just going to flip it over so that the two gluing tabs on both sides of the curve can now meet together, and it can close shut. There it is. Just going to trim off the excess here, and then I'm going to invert it, just making it so the right side is out again. So, oh, it's got a little hook here. I'm just going to cut that off. So there it is. There's my long beak. So that's how you do a long curve. And I guess it kind of also looks like a banana. Banana! I'm going to leave it like this for now. You can certainly make any kind of jaw for this now that you know all the basics of how to make opposing V-folds and all the different munchy mouths that you can craft. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Square type. Bye! I'm still here. If you like my video, use the buttons below to like, dislike, leave a comment, share, subscribe. Check out my channel, Square Type.